If your marriage feels more like surviving than thriving, there's something you need to hear. Most husbands try to fix their relationship by doing more, saying more, or apologizing more, but they're missing something deeper. What if the secret to a truly happy marriage wasn't what you do, but what you believe, how you think, and who you're becoming? Let me ask you this straight up. How many husbands do you know who are actually happy? Not just busy, not just married, but genuinely at peace, proud of how they lead, and connected to their wives. I've been married, I've been broken, and I've been rebuilt. And in this video, I'm going to share the 5 most powerful secrets I've learned that can change everything for a husband who is ready to grow. Now, each of these will challenge you, humble you, and maybe even heal you. And one of them, the last one, is the one nobody talks about, but every husband needs to know. So, if you've ever asked yourself, why do I feel like I'm falling even when I'm doing everything I can? You are not alone, because the truth is, happiness in marriage isn't about working harder. It's about seeing deeper. And the first secret is the one husbands overlook, because it doesn't start with your wife. It starts with your mind. There was a time I thought keeping peace in my marriage meant keeping everything in order, making sure the house was quiet, the bills were paid, and the to-do list was checked off. But I didn't realize I was trying to control the outside because I felt like I had no control of me. That is, how I felt, what I believed, what I valued. My thoughts were chaotic, all over the place. I was reactive, moody, and tense. That's when I learned something very powerful. Peace at home starts with peace in the mind of a man. A happy husband doesn't respond to every feeling, getting baited into every argument, or explode from pressure. He trains himself to stay rooted. He becomes a calm center in the chaos, and that calm is contagious. A husband who commands peace within himself creates peace around him without even saying a word. I want you to think of your mind like a thermostat. If you set it to 72 degrees, it doesn't matter what the weather is on the outside. It regulates the inside. It's the same with your thoughts. You set the emotional temperature of your home, regardless of what's happening in life. You don't need to say more to be a good husband. You need to think differently, and the house will feel it. But inner peace alone won't make your wife feel seen, because there is a deeper secret, one that isn't talked often about in man-to-man conversations. It's spiritual, and it's the one that changed everything for me. I remember a moment years ago when my wife and I hit a silent wall. We weren't fighting, but we weren't connecting. I thought I was doing everything right, working, providing, keeping the house steady, but something was missing. Then one morning, I opened up a Bible, not because I was looking for relationship advice, but because I was tired of feeling lost. I came across a simple principle: be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Man, this humbled me. I wasn't listening to my wife. I was reacting. I wasn't loving. I was managing. So from that moment on, I made a very important decision to start applying Bible principles in my marriage, not to control her, but to change me. Patience, kindness, humility, self-sacrifice, respect, forgiveness. And let me tell you, these principles saved our marriage. A husband who builds his home on Bible principles creates a love that storms cannot destroy. I want you to picture your marriage like a house. Culture teaches us to decorate it with flowers, date nights, and gifts. But if the foundation is cracked, the marriage simply won't last. Bible principles are that foundation. They're quiet, they're strong, they're unshakable. This is very important. Applying these principles doesn't make you perfect. It makes you anchored, and that's what your wife needs most from you. But even with spiritual strength, there's one mistake that still ruins marriages every single day, and it comes at a place that you don't even expect. A close friend of mine once told me, every disagreement in our marriage felt like a courtroom. I just wanted to prove I wasn't the bad guy. I saw myself in that. The problem is, when you try to win in your marriage, you're creating a loser, and that loser is usually your wife. Happy husbands have learned that marriage is not a debate to win. It's a bond to protect. They don't fight to be right. They fight to stay close. They choose peace over pride. They forgive instead of holding grudges. A happy husband would rather protect the connection with his wife than to prove some point. Think of your marriage like a dance, not a wrestling match. If you're always trying to pin your partner, you're missing the rhythm. Connection requires that you be step in step with your wife. And when you stop trying to win, you both start to feel safe again. But even peace and humility aren't enough if your wife still feels invisible, because the next secret, it's about emotional presence. I used to think that presence meant being home, sitting on the couch, answering her questions, watching movies together. But emotional presence is different. It's undistracted attention. It's feeling what she's feeling. It's noticing her silence, not just her words. I'll never forget the time when she broke down in the kitchen because I missed the signs. Again, I was there, but I wasn't with her. That was the wake-up call that I needed. Now I lean in. I listen with my eyes. I try to feel the moment, not fix it. Your wife is not asking for perfection. She is asking for you to be present with her. Think of your presence like a Wi-Fi signal. You might be in the same room, but if the signal's weak, the connections drop. Strong husbands strengthen the signal. Now, let's talk about the one biggest myth in marriage and the secret that frees you from carrying it all. Picture yourself carrying a heavy log through the forest. If you try to carry both ends alone, you're going to collapse. But if you and your wife each carry your own respective ends, the load becomes light. That's teamwork. That's wisdom. A happy husband is strong, but he's also smart enough to let go of what's not his to carry. Happy husbands don't wait for crisis to change. They read, they reflect, they learn, they pray, they ask for help. They grow on purpose. Most men only change when their marriage is falling apart. But the happy ones, they grow while things are still standing. They become better, not just because they're forced to, but because they want to. And that's why I created the I Will Be My Best Today journal, so you can track your growth, learn from your mistakes, and move with purpose as a husband. Growth isn't a reaction. It's a responsibility. Now, I want you to think of yourself like a tree. Don't just wait for the storm to shake you into movement. You want to water your roots daily. You want to stand tall intentionally. You've just learned the code, the habits, the mindset, the foundation. Now, here's the question. Will you live it every day with your wife, or will you leave it for later? Here's what every happy husband remembers, even on the hardest days. Number 1, peace begins in your mind. Number 2, Bible principles anchor your marriage. Number 3, winning arguments isn't winning love. And number 4, presence matters more than perfection. Number 5, you're not meant to carry everything on your own. Now, here's a bonus. Grow on purpose, not just under pressure. The truth is, most husbands won't apply this, but you're not most husbands. If you're ready to lead with strength, to lead with peace and presence, start with one change today. Use the I Will Be My Best Today journal to reflect, to reset, and to rebuild. The link is in the description below. And before you go, leave a comment. What's the one thing you're going to start doing differently today as a husband? Hit like, share this with a brother or a friend or another husband you know who needs it, and subscribe if you're ready to lead with love, clarity, and courage, because this journey isn't about being perfect. It's about being better than yesterday.